Dr. Bony Khalwale now tells the senators and other leaders and mostly the lawmakers that they cannot amend the constitution to either massage the ego of the proponents of broad-based government or even to reward the beneficiary of the broad-based government. He says this has been used also to discriminate on a particular community, and this is taken as maybe the Agikoyo community, as we have seen that in the reward of the proponents or beneficiary of the broad-based government, we have seen a particular trend to those whom are aligned to the former deputy president who was impeached. Most of them are facing ostering. They are being removed from committees, parliamentary committees that are worth even. Let's talk about Ndindi Nyoro. Let's talk about MP Ngoyoyo. So things are being done like to discipline them for supporting Rigathi Gachagua. He now tells even the leaders to stop talking about Rigathi Gachagua, as his is a completely done case after his impeachment.
We cannot afford a situation whereby we want to amend the constitution so as either to massage the egos of the proponents of the Broadbased government or to reward the beneficiaries of the Broadbased government. Mr. Speaker, we are all men and women of this republic, and we hear both the normal talk and the talk in the grapevine, and these days the talk on social media, which is part of our lives. I don't like what I'm hearing, Mr. Speaker. What I'm starting to hear at those three levels is as if somebody wants to fix another person, somebody wants to fix a particular party and not the other one, somebody wants to fix a particular region at the expense of another one, and somebody even wants to fix a community. If that is the spirit of broad-based government, it would be wrong. We should never punish anybody. I hear repeatedly, oh, Gachagua ho, oh, Rigathi ho. The story of Rigathi is gone. Rigathi was given an opportunity in this house to face me, to face Omogeni, to face all of us, and he chickened out. So that is a story which is gone. Let all politicians, especially from Mount Kenya, enjoy equal opportunity in the broad-based government. Mr. Speaker, when we were constituting the new look committees, unknown to this House, Mr. Speaker, I failed to discharge my role as a chief whip, who under our standing orders is supposed to take the lead in reconstituting committees. Because as a man who joined the struggle at an early age of 22 years at the University of Nairobi, I find it difficult to be part of an exercise that was meant to be exclusive rather than inclusive. This is the way to go. Today you're on top, tomorrow you're not. Today you're on the strong side of the wind, tomorrow you're not. We want to build a country that gives all Kenyans equal opportunity. I see, for example, Mr. Speaker, some noise building around certain members of parliament, and not members of parliament, members of the cabinet, that probably X, Y, or Z might be removed so as to pave way for the new look broad-based government. I want to send an early warning. This will be wrong. Whoever is starting to raise issues on Dr. Deborah Mulongo Barasa, if you think that is the way to fix the broad-based government, you should know that also Mulongo, who did not, by the way, apply for that job, she was very busy in her medical practice. She also comes from a community, and that community has heavy fighters, and sometimes we throw very heavy punches, up to and including Dr. Bony Khalwale. Nobody should intimidate Dr. Mlongo.
Former National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi, and now a CS in Ruto's regime, has been skipping cabinet meetings through official communication. And the reason will shock you, but it is something that you either have to agree with and also embrace. He says that he wrote to the cabinet, and the chair of the cabinet is the president himself, William Samoei Ruto. He wants issue of state-sanctioned abductions and extrajudicial killings addressed to their finality in the cabinet. He wants the cabinet to pronounce itself on this matter and its conclusion reached to finality, because last year, the president also admitted, after various calls from societies, Kenyans and other leaders, that extrajudicial killings and abductions that they did promise shall never happen within the borders of Kenya are now happening, just like it used to happen in Uhuru Muigai's regime. And bodies were being found dumped in River Yala at the time when Fred Matiang'i was the interior CS. And more abduction were also done when the current deputy president Kithure Kindiki was the CS for interior. Now the government is trying to show it's moving slow, and that is why CS Justin Muturi says, I'm not attending those cabinet meetings, not unless you talk this matter out, because just talking it in the crowd and not putting into action does not amount to anything.
How many cabinet proceedings have you skipped so far?
Three meetings.
Why?
The meeting held on 21st of January, the meeting held on 11th of February, and the meeting held yesterday. Let me say, in my case, I have written and sought to be excused from attending cabinet meetings until or unless the agenda of abductions in the country and extrajudicial killings is formally tabled before cabinet through a cabinet memorandum, so that the cabinet, as the highest decision-making body, is able to express itself and give the country the way forward with regard to those two issues of abductions and extrajudicial killings. I have sought to be excused.
Well, what's your take on Dr. Bony Khalwale's sentiments of wanting not to use the constitution to benefit the proponents of broad-based government, and also now the talks or the reasons for CS Justin Muturi skipping cabinet meetings? Would you agree with them in the specific calls that they are voting for? Give us your comment in the comment section below. If you're watching from our YouTube channel and you love content of this nature, kindly subscribe and press notification button, so anytime that we are live or we upload content of this nature, you'll be the very first person to be notified. Ahmed Khalif is my name for the unscripted talks here in DURB Radio. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ramadan Kareem, Saum Makbul.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, DURB Radio ndio mpango mzima.